Good morning and welcome to Legal Beagles. Graham Norton meets Judge Judy meets Hard Chat. Today I'll be having a rambunctious legal chat with my colleague Callum Woods, and may the non-specified deific entity have mercy upon his soul.
Is it too late to get out of this?
Yes it is.
Now
Callum, before
yes.
you shoot your mouth off, you've been following this bizarre case about a single employee refusing to use a biometric scanner since it came out in November in the first instance. Now, I, for one, cannot for the life of me understand why you would waste so much of your time on a single case in Brisbane, but by all means, please tell me what this was about and why it's so interesting to you.
It's those single cases that really changed the landscape, at least in my experience. So we had this employee, worked at a lumber mill.
He was a lumberjack, was he okay?
I guess he was a modern lumberjack, but 400 strong workforce in Queensland. The only employee who refused to use this fingerprint scanner, time and attendance system that the employer rolled out. Right? Now, if you were an employer, what would you say? So you got one employee, you spend tens of thousands of dollars on the system. Right? One employee says to you, I don't want to use it. So what do you think they did?
Well, considering it was a decision in the Fair Work Commission, I'm assuming they sacked him.
Well, yes, that they did. But they said to him, you got to use these scanners. You got to. Everyone's using them, health and safety reasons, etc. And he said, no, I don't want to. And they dismissed him for failing to follow their site attendance policy. Now, Commissioner Hunt on first instance said, yeah, totally, that's a lawful and reasonable direction requiring him to use the scanners. Application dismissed. And now he appealed it. As a self-represented litigant, he appealed to the full bench, which is not an easy thing to do. And the full bench agreed with him. The full bench said, we don't think it was a lawful direction. We don't think Superior Wood could compel you to provide your fingerprint.
I'm sorry, what was the name of the employer?
Superior Wood.
I'm not entirely sure they thought that name through, but go on.
Superior Wood said to him, well, the full bench said that principles of the Privacy Act apply. When you're collecting an employee's personal sensitive information, you have to do various things. And most importantly, you've got to get them to consent to it.
And of course he didn't consent.
Of course he didn't consent to it.
So if his right to consent was protected by the Privacy Act, then of course if they were to collect his biometric data without his consent, it would be an unlawful collection. And of course they can't compel, if his consent, or his right to consent is protected by statute, they can't compel him to exercise it.
That's right, they couldn't direct him to consent to then collect it. But it goes further than that. It goes to anything that meets this definition of sensitive information, the Privacy Act. So previously, as you know, the employee record exemption basically meant employers could go, we don't have to worry about taking names, addresses, contact details, because we have this exception. Now, the full bench has said, hang on, if you want to take biometrics, which is anything, fingerprints, you see that the Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise walking down, Simon Pegg walking down the hallway, and they're scanning his biometrics. Can't do that without his consent.
So basically every security system in the Mission Impossible movie is unlawful in Australia.
That's it.
Terribly disappointing. Well, no, but I just have this, I do in my head that when I put my money in the bank, it's protected in some sort of high security vault that's guarded by biometric scanning lasers.
Not unless they got the employees to consent.
Okay, so money stuffed in the mattress it is then.
What does this mean for our members, retailers who already have biometric scanners? Because we know a lot of them do.
Yes, it has been an increasing trend in the last 4 or 5 years. Well, when it comes to the biometrics already in use, employees already using it, it's water under the bridge. The data's being collected, and once it's being collected, the employee records exemption applies. I suppose the question then becomes, well, what do you do when you're onboarding a new employee? And it comes back to that question, can you make it a condition of their employment? To a degree, sign there,
that's where we're headed. Yeah.
A case of strike whilst the iron is hot. Of course, if you are doing the collection at the time, probably as I said, do it quickly. If you do it in the first 6 months, if, for example, in this case, the employee had only been there for less than 6 months, he would have been jurisdictionally barred from making this claim, and as we've discussed, we don't think he'd have a claim under general protections. But if
you've got it, you're already doing it,
do it quickly.
Yeah, only worry about your new employees. If someone new comes to you and goes, I don't want to participate, you probably can't get rid of them. You probably can't dismiss them unless they're in that probation period. And it's untested if this is a workplace, right? I don't know. I think there might be a general protections argument there. I really do. I think
I
it's
have to
untested.
disagree with you on that one.
Well, let's see what the federal court says.
I dare say it'll end up there at some point. It is Privacy Act after.
But maybe do it. Maybe within the first 6 months you might be okay. At any time after that, you've got to have a backup. PIN code, swipe card. You just got to.
More or less. And I think as we said earlier, when it comes to if you're thinking about rolling out a biometric system, talk to your staff first to see if they're actually going to use it.
That's a really good point.
The last thing you want to do is shell out $100,000 on a biometric system and then have more than half your workforce say we're not going to provide our biometrics.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And that's it from Legal Beagles for this week. Join me next week when we'll do the entire Renaissance using only a pipe, a compass, and a potato. Woof.
Well, I used the pipe.